Hello world, it's me again, the real African American sister, reaching out to you. Today I just wanted to share a little bit about the African continent. I wanted to let you guys know the reason that many of the Africans are scattered around the globe is because of bad governance and also corruption in the land. Africans, in the early, maybe mid 80s and 90s, and there was a lot of migration out of the African continent to the West, mostly to European countries. And then in the late 90s, towards the early 2000s, a lot of people came to Canada and America and some other places around the world. And the reason for this mass migration is because of corruption and lack of a sustainable economy in the land, where the regular African person does not see an opportunity for them to survive. And a lot of nepotism and corruption is kind of prevalent, where an educated person cannot really find a job with the government because they're not related to any elected or selected politician. And so people found out that it was hard for them to really survive because they didn't have anybody to give them a handout. They didn't have collaterals for money to start a business, and their only opportunity that they saw was, oh, I'm going to go travel abroad. And because some people have come with good news that when you come abroad, you are able to find a job, you work, So the earlier settlers, they came with the mindset to work and work hard so that they can have something for themselves and also help out their siblings and help their families back home. And so that's why a lot of Africans came here. And one truth I must tell you is, as many as the Africans that are here, a lot of them are not happy being abroad. Many people want to return back home. Many people want to go back onto the continent of Africa, but it's kind of difficult for them to go back now because the system over there are still broken. Many of the systems are still broken, but living abroad, they have experienced what it means to be under a good governance. They have experienced what it means for the elected leaders to actually maintain structures and institutions and keep them functional. It's not always perfect, in any country where people reside in, but when you look in the West, there are many things that are working for people more than those things that are working against them. Whereby when you look at it on the African continent, we have a lot of stuff that are working against the people. So many Africans that I've met here, some of them regret coming because they didn't realize it took a lot of hard work for them to be in this system, working all these multiple hours, and especially if you're by yourself, you're the only earner, you're trying to pay bills, and if you're a single parent, it's even more difficult, and they don't really have time to enjoy their lives or spend time with their families, and some of them are isolated. They're suffering from depression because they don't have somebody that they can trust or that they know them, from back home, that they can interact with and have a relationship, a friendship with here. So many of them are depressed. I've traveled countries in Europe. I've been to Spain. I've been to England. I've been to Germany. I lived in Germany. I've been to Holland. I've been to Italy. I've been to Ireland. I've been to Belgium. And I've met a lot of Nigerians. I've been to France. I've met a lot of Nigerians and Africans who are suffering. And one thing, that they desire is if they have an opportunity to go back home, they would love to. But the system at home is still not functioning. You don't have electricity. Take electricity, for example, that is a basic human, a basic necessity for a human being to have, but they don't have that. And the reason they don't have that is because some of the people in power, they are the ones that are importing generators into the nation. And so they do not want the electricity to be stable, because if the electricity is stable, their businesses will be scraped out, But so they don't want that. So they want to continue to perpetrate non-functional electricity on the people, while they're making profit over the generators that are constituting a noise and environmental nuisance to the people in the land because of the fume. And also at nighttime, people can't really rest. When I'm in that country, all I hear is the sound of generator from neighbors all over the place, and sometimes it becomes a headache. So that's one thing. And the roads are really bad. The hospital system is nothing to write home about, so people are scared. If I get sick, how am I going to be treated? And then we talk about the issue of security. There's really no lack of, there's lack of security back there, except you have your own private security. You're paying out of pocket to have security guards, in your homes. That's if you have money. It's not applicable to everybody, but those people that have some money and that are afraid that armed robbers can break into their home at nighttime, they have security guards manning their gates, and also some of them can afford to get even police officers that they pay to come and watch their homes. So but I'm just gonna end this video here. It's not a long-winded video. But I just wanted to share with you that the regular African that you see, they are here out of necessity. Many of them do not want to be here. Many are tired. Many are ready to go back to Africa, and just go enjoy the rest of their lives there. Especially those of them that have left their wives and children. And that's the thing. A lot of people have left their spouses and their children back home, thinking I'm going to be gone for 2 years, and once I establish myself, I'm coming back. But many have not seen their loved ones. I met a guy in Germany who had been gone for 15 years. He has left his wife and kids. He left his kids back home. He was not able to go back home in 15 years. And that's, for me, that's not a marriage. That marriage is over, because he was living in Germany with another woman, but his wife was back home. Who knows what she was doing? And so those are some of the breakdown that happen in the African families due to migration or immigration and globalization. Well, I'll see you next time I come your way. You have a great week. Bye-bye now. If you have any question for this post, for this video, just leave it for me at the bottom of the comment section, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. All right, I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye now.